Hi, I'm John DeWorkin.
And I'm Sunnie Harmon, and we're with Lobby SC, a pro-business government relations firm based here in South Carolina. And we just finished up week 10 of the South Carolina legislative session.
Yeah, so we have 8 weeks left to go. Got a lot of important dates coming up. We got some crossover dates. We got some furloughs going on. The House actually is going to furlough next week, right? And then the Senate is sort of going to furlough the week of...
If you're on Judiciary Committee, you get a furlough. If you're on Senate Finance, you're going to be working. But that will be the week of April 3rd that they are going to solely focus on getting the budget ready and out of Senate Finance Committee.
But why that's important is because crossover is really April 10th, which means April 6th, which is a Thursday. That's for the House. But for the Senate, because they're not going to be showing up, I guess, on the floor, that crossover for the Senate has really moved up now to
March 30th. So it's moved up a whole week. So if you're wanting to get some bills passed, you're going to be in a little bit of a pickle.
You better get on it.
If you're playing defense, good for you.
You're celebrating. That's right. So double-edged sword.
Big week. So the House focused on the budget this week. They actually came in on Monday and got all their budget work done by Wednesday, and were able to take off. And then also the House and the Senate got that big Scout Motors incentive package approved that we talked a little bit about last week.
That's right.
And so really big week here for South Carolina in that respect. So a lot of floor time for the House, and now they're out of here.
Yeah, so they come back on the 28th, which is a Tuesday. And as Sunnie said, that Scout Motors was really important with the $2 billion investment and 4,000 jobs. So they passed that package. We talked about the furlough date, Sunnie. We talked about Scout. We talked about the House budget. Let's talk about the Senate Finance Subcommittee, the Sales and Use, help me out here.
Income tax.
So say it again.
Sales and use income tax.
Thank
I think. Now that I've repeated it, I'm sure that's wrong.
I think she's right.
But Sales, Use, and Income Tax Subcommittee that's chaired by Senator Tom Davis heard several bills earlier this week. One of them dealing with forced combined reporting, making sure that when the Department of Revenue wants to have a state not do a separate entity report, that it just lays out the guidelines.
Not have a company do a...
What did I say?
A state.
Whatever.
Company.
State, company. Then that it lays out the guidelines so that company knows, okay, I'm going to be
forced to combine my reporting for income. So here are the guidelines by which DOR does that.
Another bill
that passed out of subcommittee.
Passed out of sub. Yep. Another bill that passed out of sub deals with hospitality and accommodations tax.
Davis's bill, Senator Davis's bill.
Right.
Yep.
That is deals with those local taxes and how they can be used by local government. Right now, they have to be tourism-related expenses, so that's everything.
A flurry of things of tourism-related things. Right.
So it would add to that workforce housing, in addition to tourism. Flourishing related flurry of related
things. So workforce housing, that passed out of Senate Finance Sub. Also, a bill by Senator Michael Johnson out of Lancaster, Senate Bill 557, would increase the apprenticeship tax credit from $1,000 to potential maximum of $4,000 for apprentice or $6,000 for a youth apprentice program. So that Senate Bill 557 passed out. And last but not least, let's talk alcohol, beer, wine, liquor.
So we're switching gears to judiciary. Those bills that we just talked about that went through the Senate Finance Sub will be heard in Senate Finance Full Committee.
That's right.
Tuesday at 3:00, and then curbside delivery of beer, wine, and liquor.
Yep.
And then the delivery to your home that passed out full Judiciary Committee. Currently. Some of you may be getting wine delivered to your house from out of state, but you can't get beer, wine, or liquor delivered to your house from a local store in South Carolina. So this would legalize that, or you could add it to your grocery order to pick up curbside.
That you do on your phone. Yeah, you get on your phone, you order groceries for pickup. This bill would allow you to add beer and wine to that as well.
And liquor.
And liquor.
But I guess you can't get liquor at grocery stores.
That's true.
So, but you could get that from your ABC store.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about it, I don't know if you found it interesting, John, but they really argued a lot in the committee, not a lot, but subcommittee and full committee, about, because there's provisions in there that you cannot deliver to someone's home if they're intoxicated. And of course, some argued, what if I'm drunk at my home? What's wrong with that? At least I'm not driving around.
That's right. So that was the argument. That's
and right. There was mention that there could be an amendment on the floor to to address being intoxicated in your own house.
But with crossover coming up, a lot of activity right now, both in the House and Senate.
One major bill in Judiciary too is dealing with foreign adversaries. Yes, so that's China, Iran, Russia, Cuba, and
Did you say North Korea?
North Korea.
Okay.
And we talked a little bit about this in last week's update, but this bill has passed out of full committee with several amendments though. The bill originally as crafted, any companies controlled by those foreign adversaries would not be able to be located.
Wouldn't be able to acquire land.
Wouldn't be able to acquire land in South Carolina. And then the second piece of that is any foreign entity. So that could be friendly allies, Netherlands,
right?
France,
Germany, England,
whomever,
right,
wouldn't be able to have more than 1,000 acres of land or own more than 1,000 acres of land in South Carolina.
Right.
So that was highly problematic. However, to the Judiciary Committee's credit, they amended that piece out.
So they eliminated if you're an allied company from an allied nation, they eliminated the provision that says you only can own up to 1,000 acres.
And that current amount is 500,000 acres.
Yeah.
There was talk, though, I think that we will see
a reduction from
the 500,000.
Yeah.
But that discussion did not ensue in the full committee.
I think that'll happen maybe on the floor.
And then on the foreign adversary side, that was amended to allow someone who either has dual citizenship or a green card holder to be able to purchase up to 5 acres of land for recreational and residential use, or for that individual to own up to 5 tax parcels of land that exceed no more than 25 acres.
Right.
And that was really to help an individual who showed up in the subcommittee who was very proud to be living in the U.S. and living the American dream, and talked about the 3 properties he owned, I believe, in Clemson, and how he would like to be able to expand that and to be a landlord, etc. And so that provision, I think, was really put in for that guy.
Yeah, got to show up.
Got to be present.
So a lot going on, a lot of activity in the State House this week. You'll see that in ensuing weeks as well. But Sunnie, those are just some of the highlights of this week at the South Carolina State House.
And we hope you're having a great, happy St. Patrick's Day. I wore my green for you. Somebody did not.
Yeah, I might have to be pinched, I guess.
Hopefully wherever you are, the weather is better than it is where we are. But if you'd like to learn more, visit us at lobbysc.com. Thank you for tuning in and have a great weekend.